Today, Pat came into the doctor's office for back pain. He is seeking OxyContin. He was previously prescribed OxyContin for his wisdom teeth extraction and has continuously fabricated illnesses in an attempt to get more OxyContin.
How you doing today, Pat? So I hear you're back because of the back pain. Can you tell me on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not so bad and 10 being the worst, where you stand in your pain?
Probably like a 10. Can I just give my stuff a go, like get a refill? I got my daughter's soccer game soon.
Okay, yeah, sure. Not a problem. But before we go ahead and get you that script refilled, we just need to go through a brief history with you, if that's okay.
Yeah, just real quick. I really do need to go.
Okay. So I guess the first thing that I'm going to ask you about your tobacco use. Have you used any in the past?
Yeah, I used to in high school.
Alcohol use.
Just very rarely.
Okay. I guess very rarely, as in 1 to 2 drinks a week, or.
Probably.
Okay. And how about prescription meds? Do you ever take any, prescriptions that really aren't for you?
No, not the ones that not are.
Okay. That's great. And how about illicit drugs or street drugs such as marijuana, cocaine, LSD, things like that?
I used to smoke weed in college, but that was a long time ago, and that was before I had my daughter.
Okay, thanks. And I guess would it be the correct thing to say or ask that your daughter was your motivating factor as to why you quit smoking marijuana?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Cool. Okay, so have you ever taken more of a prescribed drug than what you're actually prescribed?
Well, the ones that are prescribed, yeah, with this OxyContin, I sometimes do. It's usually, my back pain gets really, really bad. I'll take 2 or 3. It just, sometimes it hurts so much that I'll have to take like a Tylenol.
Oh, really? Okay. All right, so my records here in your chart shows that you actually were prescribed a 30-day or month refill rather of the OxyContin actually just 2 weeks ago, and you're actually taking 30 milligrams of Oxy, and if you're already out, I'm a little worried that that's actually might have some harmful effects on you. That's a pretty high therapeutic level that you're taking right now.
Yeah, I realize that. I usually feel fine. My back hurts so bad that that's what I gotta take in order for it to go away.
Okay. No, all right. So I gotta be honest with you. I'm concerned about the high dosage of the OxyContin you're currently taking. This can obviously have several effects on your body and your just life in general. And I'm not sure if you quite understand the consequences of taking more than you're currently prescribed. That said, I would like you to consider maybe cutting back on that OxyContin. Is that an option?
Yeah, I mean, if I had my choice, I wouldn't have taken it at all. My back wouldn't hurt, but it got any better. And just right now, I don't think it's possible with all this pain.
Okay. All right. So I guess how does it make you feel good?
It kills the pain. It helps me sleep a lot.
Okay.
I've been just a lot less irritable.
Gotcha.
I'm able to actually sleep.
Yeah, can you tell me what you actually know about OxyContin, the drug itself? Can you see maybe any negative consequences resulting from taking too much of this drug?
I guess there's potentials for people to become addicted, maybe overdose, or have it interfere with their life. At work, I've been sort of slacking. I caught myself a couple times, and my boss has caught me sleeping on the job.
Okay.
I think that's probably just from me not being able to sleep good with this pain.
Right. Okay, so in addition to what you just said, it can also cause wreak a lot of havoc on your body too. It can cause like a decreased heart rate, which that can cause you to faint, and then you fall and hit your head. It can lead to agitation. So maybe the home life or even the work life, you might be getting upset a little bit quicker than you normally would. And ultimately, a worst case scenario can actually lead to cardiac arrest. So which would ultimately mean death. So,
Yeah, I definitely didn't realize that there was that many issues that could have came up.
okay. So what I'm going to do is have you, if you don't mind, take a look at this readiness ruler we call it, okay? And basically, it has a lot of factors here, but when you take a look at it, kind of skim through this and let me know on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being, you know, you're willing to change and maybe cut back on that Oxycontin use and maybe not even take it at all, to 1 where you're not willing to change.
I'd say probably a 3
Okay.
right now.
So what made you say something maybe like not a 1 or a 10, or just let me break it?
I guess it's probably just I know it's not necessarily good for me and it can cause problems. I just put I put a 3 because I don't think it's affecting me right now. Just the way it's killing the pain, I don't see it's doing anything bad.
Okay. So is there anything, or I guess what would you like to see different about your current situation?
I wish my pain would just get better, and I wish I could just do everything that I need to do throughout the day. A couple weeks ago, I missed my daughter's soccer game.
Okay.
Scored the winning goal, and I missed it. She didn't talk to me for like a week. It was just hard for her to forgive me, and I told myself I don't want that to happen again. And just especially the things with work too. I don't want that to go bad.
Absolutely, and you know, I understand where you're coming from. That can be very upsetting. So you mentioned work. What makes you want to perform well at your job?
I'm the only one that works at my house. I'm just the only income source, so I just have to provide for my family, and I want to send my daughter to college someday.
Absolutely, and you know, you've mentioned her a couple of times now. So if we take a look at this again, I guess what would make you want to change and get to maybe instead of a 1 or 3 where you are now to a 10?
I think just feeling better, and then just wanting to do good for my daughter. I didn't know about all these consequences. I know she'd be devastated if something happened. But that'd probably be the biggest motivation.
Your daughter. Okay. So what would you know, help you, or maybe just consider helping you cut back on the OxyContin?
I guess right now, just if the pain went away, that would. I just, for some reason, it's not happening.
Okay.
I just don't think it'd be realistic.
So why don't you think it's realistic to cut back?
It's just I don't think I'd be able to function at work or anything like that.
Okay. And I guess what would you think would be the worst possible outcome by continuing using the OxyContin, specifically, you know, using more than what you prescribed?
I mean, if I use more than what I prescribed, I'm sure there'd be some sort of physical effect after a while. But if they could get me fired from work or something like that, I would be able to provide for my daughter.
Right. So I guess what are some ways you could think of maybe to overcome the difficulties you're currently experiencing?
I'm not really sure. Right now, it feels like the only resource I have is the OxyContin.
That's not the case at all. We actually have several support groups out there that we could, you know, maybe have you take a look at or recommend to you. Also, there are some fantastic therapists that deal specifically with this that we could refer you to if that's something that maybe piques your interest.
I don't see how a therapist can help with physical pain.
All right, so I totally see where you're coming from with this and the pain, and that's actually completely normal. But I would like you to encourage you rather to maybe cut back and think it over. So I guess what are some things that could help you maybe cut back on the OxyContin?
Yeah, I mean, I'll consider it. I never really thought it was a big deal. The first thing is try to take the prescribed amount. Just, I hope it's enough to help out with pain.
All right, so those are actually some great first steps, and I'm just thinking maybe talking to your daughter about it, maybe getting her help. It sounds like she's a really big motivating factor in your life. I guess now that you know how OxyContin can affect your life and body, again, I would like you to consider coming back.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely consider it. Just can't make any promises right now.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do today for you. We're going to prescribe you a week's worth of OxyContin, okay? And then what we want you to do is come back in 2 weeks, and then we'll reassess the pain level, how you're dealing with the OxyContin, but only take that OxyContin when you're in pain. So we have plenty of resources here. We talked about therapy and whatnot that we could refer you to, and obviously our number one thing is we want you to succeed. So